Hi guys, how you doing? It's Stephen here from James Glen Car Sales. We have another BMW M2 competition, DCT, which is never a bad thing. They're an absolutely awesome bit of kit, proper driver's car, and just look, they are absolutely awesome to look at, all pumped up in the right places. This is a 68 plate, 34,000 miles, a full and complete service history, and it's also got a Magnex catback exhaust, but we do have the original with the car as well. Sounds absolutely magic. The competition cars can be faulted sometimes in standard trim for not sounding the best, although we're not going to start an M2 vs M2 competition debate just yet. But the sound of this car is greatly improved over standard. But as I say, we've got the original system there, which we'll be obviously supplying with the car. So let's get a wee look around this lovely Alpine White M2 competition. So while we're having a wee wander around, I will just explain how we come about our stock. So at James Glen Car Sales, everything is sourced through wewon'tbuyanycar.com. If you have something similar and you're looking for a price to sell your low mileage sports or prestige vehicle, we would love to hear from you, and you can get in touch using the link to the website in the description below, wewon'tbuyanycar.com. But we might just buy your car, and for a great price too. Once the cars are here, we get the chance to take them on a drive, bring them inside and check all the bodywork over under the LED lights, check all the service history, get a wee blather with the owner as well, which is always nice, because the types of cars that we deal in, it's usually nice, enthusiastic petrol heads that we go on really well with, and they can tell us the background of the car, where they bought it, all that sort of thing. None of this is something that a traditional auction buyer has the luxury of. And if you've ever been to an auction house and you see that the pace of these places, I just see how it's possible to know or gather enough information to make the decision that you're buying a good car before the hammer goes down. So yeah, I think with our car buying process, it does set us aside from the majority of car dealers out there. So anyway, that's how we get to find all these lovely cars. Now let's get a good closer look at this particular M2 competition. So as we can see, the bodywork free from any swirls, any scratches. Everything here is professionally detailed, and when we say detailed, we don't just mean a quick slap with some wax. Everything is paint corrected. That's either a 1, 2 or a 3-stage machine polishing process. Being a white car, it's unlikely that this would have needed all 3, but it would certainly have had 2, and it takes a bit of time. But it leaves us with this lovely, flawless paint finish. Now, being white, if there are any chips in the bodywork, it would be very difficult to show up. What we have actually found is, due to the angle of the bonnet on M2s, generally the front of them is very clean. I mean, we had a mineral grey car just not long ago on 80,000 miles, and it was really clean at the front. Where they pick up stone chips is the haunches down further down the sides of the car where the back quarters flare out. So we'll get a look at that once we're working our way around the car. So light lines, you can see we've got the Icon LED lights, which light up really nice, dead aggressive from dead on front. The intakes on the competition are larger because we've got bigger oil coolers at the front over the standard car, so they've had to redesign the bumper. The bumper itself is all in really good condition. Nice and clean. Light lens round here is all nice and clean as well, and looking down the bottom section of the bumper, it's all in excellent order. Oh, a couple of little tiny marks just there and there. Always like to find something so that you know that these videos are as accurate as we can make them. We do have customers travel from all over the UK, so that way if you are in the market and you're worried about travelling, hopefully these videos will put your mind at rest so that you know when you arrive there isn't going to be anything that's going to jump out and surprise stroke disappoint. So looking down at the front passenger wheel, we can see that there's no damage, and we're on a Hankook Ventus S1 Evo 2 tyre, which is a good high performance tyre. Perhaps not everyone's go-to brand, but look them up on Black Circles, that they get rave reviews. Brake caliper all nice and bright blue as well. It's not discoloured with excessive heat. So guys, I meant to say, looking down the length of the vehicle, we've got no parking dents or anything to report. So take a wander down to the opposite side. Take in the length of the passenger side. Again, just repeating the process. Just make sure that there's nothing that's jumping out. There's no parking dents, scratches or scrapes. Well, over here we've got a wee look at the back bumper corner. The tips on the Miltech fill in the rear diffuser nicely. Quite a fat, chunky exhaust tip, but not too overly enlarged. Rear and near side wheel free from any damage. Have a look in by the spokes. You can see the brake disc is all good there as well, and the caliper hasn't started to delacquer or discolour. Another Ventus S1 Evo Hankook tire in the back there. Just as we grab the handle here, we can see that we've got the wee serrated marks. This indicates that the car's got keyless entry. A nice to have option. Moving on to the inside, we've got the seats that are lifted out of the BMW M3 M4, and we've got the illuminated M2 logos here as well, which is a nice wee touch. This car's been optioned with the blue stitch as opposed to orange. Blue or orange go well with the Alpine white, to be honest. Got carbon trim on the dash, carried over onto the centre console. This is all standard. What's not standard is we've got the heated seats, and we've also got Harman Kardon audio, as well as the electric seats with the lumbar adjustment. Factory carpet mats with the blue stitch, and the competition entry plates are all in good condition as well. The Alcantara is carried over on the door card, which lifts the cabin that little bit. We're moving around to the rear. As you can see, we've got the Miltech tips, which do fill the outlets that little bit better over the standard, and it's also got a smaller rear silencer, so we don't have the big horrible udder thing that usually hangs down. A lot of owners paint them black because there's so much of it visible, but the Miltech's got a smaller silencer in the back, so no need to paint anything. The valves and everything all still work, and it's not droney. It just sounds, in my humble opinion, the way the car should have came from the factory. I've also got reverse camera there as well. Pop the boot lid. Got the load net. I've also got the plinth here as well, guys, so that's with the car obviously. And we've got folding rear seats. Not an expensive option. Most of them have it, being honest, but it's something to watch out for. It's not standard, so if you are looking to buy an M2, maybe put a bike or something in the back, they don't all come with the folding seats, so that's something that's always worth having a wee nosy at. You can fold the back seats down 60 or 40, so you can still have a rear passenger with the seat at the back partially folded down. And moving on to the roof. Something you don't normally see in a car dealer's website is the roof. But it's always worth having a look up here, guys, because you never know, something could have been dropped on it. And the last thing you want is a dent or any marks in the roof, because no one wants to get involved in fixing a roof. So looking down the driver's side, we can see that we've got no parking dents, damage or scratches to report, and the bumper corner at this side is also in excellent condition as well. Rear offside wheel in good condition, another Hankook tyre, and the brake disc in the back there in good condition. Discs actually look like they've been fairly recent. As we can see, the hubs are still pretty good. They don't rust, but they do oxidise, they discolour. Well, as you can see, the back discs were obviously more recent than the front because they've started to discolour. Looking down the driver's side, yeah, we can see everything's all as you would hope, nice and free of damage. Final wheel, no damage, and the brake disc in there in good condition as well. And finally the caliper, nice and bright blue. Moving on to the inside. Top of the door card free from any shiny spots from elbows. Door pull's fine, and the handle all free from marks. Car's also got power fold mirrors. The blue stitch carried on the door card, which is nice. I think I've mentioned Harman Kardon audio already, but if I haven't, it's got it. Electric seats with driver's memory and your lumbar adjustment. entry plate all free from damage or any water ingress, and the trim doesn't have any big nasty entry scratches getting in and out. Rear outside bolster, perfect. Oh, sorry, tiny little bit just on the seam there, the colours come out ever so slightly. I was going to see the size of my fingernail, but that's not a good gauge because I hardly have any. But yeah, just a slight bit of discoloration on the very seam, outer seam, but the bolster itself still retaining its shape, and that goes with for the outer bolster on the base as well. If you compare passenger and drivers, you can see that there's an ever so slight bit of stretching just in the leather here from bums. So we'll hop in, get the car started, confirm the mileage. So current mileage 34,162. Mention we've got our heated seats here. Look in the back. Nose in the iDrive, just let you have a look at the service history. Vehicle status, service requirements, service history. He's running in, service carried out. That's very important, guys. Always make sure that this is in. Oh, I'm forgetting that it's touchscreen on these. So it was back in at BMW in January. But it was only for a brake fluid service and an inspection, which is essentially the annual check like an MOT, but the oil service was due when it was brought in stock, which we've had carried out and entered into the iDrive. Obviously for demonstration purposes we'll put the car into sport. That opens up the flaps and the exhaust, because I dare say you'll want to hear what it sounds like. So as the car is cold, we will try our best to keep the revs under 3,000 RPM, but they are very, very responsive, these S55s, and I don't like revving a cold engine too hard, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what it sounds like. Yeah, sounds awesome, sounds really, really good. Now let's pop the bonnet and see what's making all the racket. So there she is, 3 litre straight 6 twin turbocharged 410 brake horsepower, so excuse me, detuned ever so slightly from the M3 M4 application. This part here, this is your charge cooler, which feeds chilled air down to your 2 turbochargers at the bottom, and the competition also gets this gorgeous carbon strut brace. Very, very impressive and lovely engine bay, albeit it would be nice if they actually showed us the engine rather than covering it with plastic. But however, that's engine bays of the modern sports car. Completely standard, no modifications other than the catback exhaust. That's something that's, I think, merits mentioning as well. Personally, I think these are a handful enough, without tuning them to something like crazy like 500 horsepower, of which they are more than capable of. So guys, that's us. That brings us to the end of the video. Hope you found it helpful. If you are interested and you'd like to get in touch, we're more than happy to pick up a chat with you. If you'd like to trade your car in, we can take we take that back in a part exchange. If you're looking for finance, we can help with either PCP or HP. Or if you've just got any questions in the car, give us a ring, give us a call. Click the link in the back, click the link in the bio, click the link in the description below. And also, we always reply to comments, so if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to fire a quick query over, leave it in the comments, we'll get the notification and we'll come back to you. So link to reach out via the website, that'll be in the description below. Also, if you are on YouTube and you're just generally looking at M2 videos, I will put a link to the new model M2 review, which is just up here. And also, if you haven't already, if you would consider subscribing, that'd be absolutely brilliant. And you can do that by clicking the James Glen logo down here. That way you'll not miss any more of these stock updates or any more up and coming road